Hello, I'm Dr. Grace Prescott. If you're over 60, what I'm about to reveal could be the difference between a peaceful life and years of silent suffering from prostate issues. Many men are making the same mistakes every day, unaware that they're literally harming their prostate health. Today, I'll show you the 10 most dangerous habits that could be quietly enlarging your prostate. And the number one habit on the list is so common that you're probably doing it right now without realizing the damage it causes. Do you wake up multiple times at night to use the bathroom? Do you find it hard to start or stop your urine flow? Or maybe you have that feeling that your bladder never fully empties? These are clear signs that your prostate may be enlarging, and it's not just because of age. The truth is, there are daily factors that accelerate this process. As a doctor, I've treated hundreds of men who came to my clinic desperate, some even with urinary retention, simply because they ignored these signs for years. But I've also seen men in their 80s living without any prostate discomfort, precisely because they changed their habits in time. The difference between them and those who suffer lies in the small details of daily life. Let's start our countdown of the 10 most dangerous habits for your prostate. Let's begin with the most fundamental yet most neglected habit: drinking too little water. Many older men make this mistake, thinking it will reduce nighttime bathroom trips. But the opposite happens. When you don't drink enough water, your urine becomes more concentrated and acidic, irritating both the bladder and the prostate. Remember, the prostate is located just below the bladder, so when the bladder suffers, the prostate does too. Chronic dehydration causes inflammation, and inflammation is a major cause of prostate enlargement. Plus, many men in this age group take medications that can lead to dehydration, making the problem even worse. A dehydrated body also accumulates toxins more easily, overburdening the entire urinary system. Over time, this silent damage results in an enlarged prostate and worsening urinary symptoms. The solution is simple. Drink water in small sips throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty. Your urine should be clear or very pale yellow, indicating good hydration. Don't fear water. It's your natural ally against prostate problems. Now, let's move to another extremely common habit: sitting for hours. I know that after 60, the armchair becomes more inviting, but spending hours sitting can harm your prostate more than you think. When you stay in the same position for too long, especially sitting, it creates constant pressure on the pelvic area. This pressure reduces blood flow to the prostate, causing inflammation and contributing to its growth. Men who spend all day watching TV, reading, or working at a desk have a higher risk of developing prostate issues. It's not about avoiding rest, but about not staying still for too long. The pelvic floor muscles also weaken when inactive, making it harder to fully empty the bladder. This leaves residual urine in the bladder, which further irritates the prostate. A simple rule: get up every 30 minutes and walk for at least 2 minutes. It could be a quick trip to the kitchen for a glass of water or a lap around the house. This small movement keeps blood circulating and relieves pressure on the prostate. Don't let a sedentary lifestyle turn into a health problem down the road. And since we're talking about water, we need to address excessive caffeine. I know coffee is sacred, but too much coffee and other caffeinated drinks can irritate your prostate more than you realize. Caffeine is a natural diuretic, meaning it makes you produce more urine and puts extra strain on the bladder. It also causes the muscles around the bladder to contract more often, leading to urgency and even leaks. For someone with a sensitive or enlarged prostate, this extra pressure is a real problem. But it doesn't stop there. Caffeine also tightens the muscles at the bladder neck, making it harder to fully empty the bladder. The result? More urine retained in the bladder, more pressure on the prostate, more inflammation, and more discomfort. I'm not saying you have to give up coffee entirely, but moderation is key. 1 cup in the morning is usually fine, but multiple cups throughout the day can be harmful. Try swapping your second cup for decaf or herbal tea and see if your urinary symptoms improve. Sometimes, small tweaks make a big difference. Brazilian cuisine is full of flavor, but overly spicy and processed foods can be harming your prostate. Highly spicy foods can cause silent inflammation in your body. Too much black pepper or very spicy sauces increases overall inflammation, including in the prostate. An occasional spicy dish isn't a problem, but eating them daily can irritate an already sensitive prostate. Processed foods are even worse. Snacks, deli meats, frozen meals, and fast food are loaded with preservatives, artificial colors, excessive sodium, and unhealthy fats. They harm your overall health and disrupt your hormones. Excess salt, for example, causes fluid retention and puts pressure on the entire urinary system. Unhealthy fats and chemical additives can affect testosterone levels, a hormone that directly influences prostate size. If your meals come more from packages than fresh ingredients, your prostate may be paying the price. Prioritize natural anti inflammatory foods like vegetables, fruits, fish, and nuts. A healthy diet doesn't have to be bland, it just needs to be balanced. Another habit we've all been guilty of is holding in urine. We do it because we're busy or far from a bathroom, but doing this regularly can seriously damage your prostate. When you hold your urine for too long, the bladder stretches and presses on the prostate, which sits just below it. Over time, this causes irritation and swelling in the prostate tissue. Older men are especially vulnerable because the muscles controlling the bladder and prostate weaken with age. Holding urine can also lead to incomplete bladder emptying, leaving stagnant urine behind. This residual urine is a perfect environment for bacteria and inflammation, which can cause infections and further irritate the prostate, contributing to its enlargement. To protect your prostate, listen to your body's signals. Don't delay going to the bathroom, especially if you already have trouble sleeping or feel nighttime urgency. Going as soon as you feel the need is one of your best defenses. Remember, your bladder and prostate work as a team. If one is under stress, the other feels it too. Speaking of damage, we need to address the habit of smoking or being around smokers. Cigarettes are one of the worst enemies of your prostate. And even if you don't smoke, being regularly exposed to secondhand smoke is also harmful. The chemicals in tobacco reduce blood flow, increase inflammation, and damage delicate tissues, including those in the prostate. Smoking also increases oxidative stress, weakening your body's ability to repair itself. Over time, this leads to prostate inflammation, gland enlargement, and even a higher risk of prostate cancer. For older men, the damage accumulates faster. Tobacco also reduces levels of essential antioxidants in the body, weakening your natural defenses against prostate issues. If you still smoke, talk to your doctor about ways to quit. There are support therapies, nicotine replacement, and even natural treatments that can help. The benefits start almost immediately. But even if you avoid all these habits, there's one you can't afford to skip: avoiding doctor visits. Many men only seek a doctor when something is really bothering them. But this is a dangerous approach, especially after 60. The prostate can enlarge silently with no obvious symptoms at first. Regular checkups help detect problems early before they become serious. A simple checkup can reveal signs of inflammation, infections, or growths that aren't yet causing pain. Tests like the digital rectal exam and PSA test are quick, non-invasive, and can be life-saving. Skipping routine visits means missing the chance to act preventively. Delaying appointments can allow small problems to become serious, like urinary retention or prostate infections. See your doctor at least once a year. Preventive care is the smartest habit any mature man can adopt. Back to diet, we need to talk about eating too much red meat. Studies show that a high intake of red meat, especially processed meats like bacon and sausage, is linked to increased inflammation throughout the body. Saturated fats and chemicals used in processing are the main culprits. In older adults, slower digestion means red meat stays in the system longer, contributing to weight gain and pelvic pressure. You don't need to become a vegetarian, but cutting back on red meat to once or twice a week can make a big difference. Swap it for lean proteins like fish and chicken and include more fiber-rich meals. Your body will thank you with more energy and better prostate function. This brings us straight to the next point: carrying excess belly fat. Abdominal fat isn't just a cosmetic issue, it's a major warning sign. It produces inflammatory chemicals that circulate throughout the body, irritating the prostate and contributing to its growth. Men with larger waists are more likely to have an enlarged prostate and frequent nighttime urination. Excess weight also disrupts your hormonal balance, particularly testosterone and estrogen. The solution isn't a crash diet, but slow, steady improvements. A short walk and cutting back on sugar can start melting belly fat. Losing just a few pounds can lead to noticeable relief in urinary symptoms. Keeping a healthy waistline, generally under 40 inches, is one of the best strategies for prostate health. And finally, the habit most men overlook, but which may be the most dangerous of all, not managing chronic stress. Stress is a silent prostate inflamer. When you live in a constant state of anxiety, tension, or worry, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, these hormones cause inflammation, muscle tension, and hormonal imbalances that directly affect your prostate. Stress tightens the pelvic muscles, restricts blood flow, and irritates the nerves around the gland. Older men often carry stress silently. Financial worries, family issues, health concerns. It all adds up, resulting in more bathroom trips, pain, and prostate swelling. But the good news is you can manage it. Simple habits like deep breathing, light exercise, stretching, or even 10 minutes of quiet time a day can drastically reduce stress levels. Laughter, social connection, and quality sleep are remedies for your body and your prostate. Now that you know the 10 habits silently enlarging your prostate, the question is, what are you going to do starting today? These aren't just small tweaks. They're powerful steps that can prevent months or even years of discomfort, sleepless nights, and unnecessary medications. If you're over 60, the time to act is now. Don't wait for symptoms to worsen. Start by changing just one habit this week. Drink more water, walk a bit more, or say no to that extra bacon at breakfast. Every action matters. Your prostate won't heal overnight, but with the right habits and a little consistency, your body can work wonders. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. With the right information, it's never too late to start taking care of yourself. Take care of your prostate, and it will take care of you.